Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek and we are back with another episode of the Banner Saga today. Alright, so let's just jump right in. I will say at the beginning here, my throat is not feeling 100% today, so I may be stopping for getting some drinks a little more often than I normally would. But hopefully you guys don't mind too much. I did look online and it looks like there are 7 total chapters for the game and we just started chapter 4. So I would say we're probably a little over halfway potentially. Alright, several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan, taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, Oddleaf is firing arrows into the air, which nearly tagged the birds once or twice. Get lost, no dead down here, she shouts to nobody in particular. I'm gonna let her get out some aggression. After a couple more shots, she manages to tag one of the vultures, which falls out of the sky. She recovers it, laughing to herself, and comes to show you the black feathers. You know, says Oddleaf, scanning the caravan, a lot of these women, they could do this. You could tell from the look in her eyes that she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight, she says. I'm going to encourage her. We can always use more fighters, you tell Oddleaf. If Alette is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddleaf gives you a smile. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. Alright, so yeah, what I was saying was we're probably roughly halfway through the series, which means that we're probably going to clock in at fewer episodes than I expected originally. Oh, alright. I guess I'd better make camp. This isn't really good. What happens if we run out of supplies? Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on the edge of dying daily. You want me to take it easy? Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields. You understand? Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Mogan. It's not just you who suffers. Right, so you get married, have kids. How am I now I'm supposed to settle down too, yeah? What happened to... The two brothers clam up as you approach. That's right, I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Mogan. Hogan departs, leaving Mogid looking awkward. Rook, what brings you around? Just heard yelling. Came to check it out. You come running every time you hear yelling? Must be why you look so tired. Look, it's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me, they like the scar. Forget it. Listen, alright? All this death? Every night the caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Come on, Rook, be honest. This is good living. Half the world just tilling soil till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all of this. Between us, I agree. Ha! We should get a drink together, Rook. Truthfully, I always thought you were a bit of an ass before. And listen, I'm not interested in Alette, or Oddleaf, I promise you that. That's good of you, Mogan. You depart, unsure whether you should be drinking with Mogan or not. Okay, well that was an interesting little conversation. Unfortunately, we are going to rest here. Oh, I don't know what happens if we just run out of supplies, but it looks like there's a decent chance of that happening here. Oh, goodness. Alright, let's get back to it and see what happens. Alright, a scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. Looks like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of blue model her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. We could be in danger here, points out another. Let's see. Yeah, we gotta keep moving, unfortunately. Fighters stay alert for any threat while the caravan moves on. The healers rub the girl's arms and legs under blankets to no avail. An hour later, one healer approaches you with tears in her eyes. She says nothing, only shakes her head. I'm really not sure what's going to happen here. But we are out of supplies. Our morale is weak. Don't really know what I could have done, though. I mean, there's Wormtoe, at least. A well-tended farm with plenty of livestock draws the caravan's attention. Upon your arrival, the farmer and his workers stand defensively within plain sight, crude weapons at the ready. Their crossed arms make their thoughts clear without a word. Offer some kind of trade for the livestock. No big surprise you'd be more interested in the animals than me and mine, he says and spits. The answer is no, and I'll have these men watching you, so none of my livestock just happen to follow you away. Threaten the farmer. Your warriors step forward, unsheathing weapons and practically growling. The farmer's men blanch aside as you choose the hardiest beasts. The farmer has the sense to say nothing, though the expression on his face stays with you for quite a while, even after you're away. You catch a glance of Alette, who stares at her feet and does not make eye contact with you. Yeah, that was unfortunate, but I needed the supplies.
Wormtoe was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Var living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Alright, so one of the things we're going to have to do is hopefully buy more supplies here, and definitely rest a bunch. The Var will find you before you see them. Not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's come to see someone named Krummer. Well, I'll be damned. Krummer, it's been a long time. Yeah, it has. So what brings Ingvar to Wormtoe with his very own village of humans? Bad news. Dredge are coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the meat house. As you follow the old Varl into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, if it were anyone else. I've talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you. Half want to go north and find out what happened at Blatzbalker. Some think we should go to Grofheim instead. None of them are happy you're here. What do you think? If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, make this place livable. It doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Krummer's call. It won't be long before Dredge are here, too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Gerunder what's going on. Who's Gerunder? Varl King. Well, as close to one as we have. Ingvar, where'd you find these people? Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grofheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Gerunder won't listen excuse me, to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Ingvar here. They'll listen to Ivor? Ha, hasn't he told you? Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Well, what I need to do is go to the market. Oh, he's got so many supplies. I would not normally do this, but I have to just, like... Yeah. That is what I needed to do. Krummer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done, then. How did you get all these Varl to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wormtoe. They still come calling, even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing, though, don't it? So who is Ingvar? Ha! I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean the dredge-bashing type. He was called Ingvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle in gossip. I bet you have some incredible stories. I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you've ever met. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled a dead yox with whale teeth. And why. Any wisdom on fighting dredge? Depends on how much you know. They're all armor. Tap 'em hard enough, though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag, and they'll explode on each other all the way down. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. Best leave you to your business. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of Yngvar. Alright, well, I'm going to rest here for a few days, so that I can at least get back to normal morale. Man, these guys are like... Okay, well, I don't think I need 2 bow people. So maybe I'll do that. Like that, and then I kind of want to get, like, him in there. How is everyone doing? Okay, yeah, so we've got Hunter, Thrasher, Grudge Wielder, Eagle Eye, Strong Arm, War Leader. Nice, so it seems like we've got a pretty good mix of people here. Yeah, I'm going to call that good. I think we are going to have to be ready to move on here. Definitely not leaving with the number of supplies that I would like to have. Grofheim's quite a few days out, says Krumer, but nothing worse than crossing the wastes, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe from the dredge, it's there. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wormtoe joins you. At least we got some supplies. Thank goodness. Hoping I can get away without having to use... Oh, man. As you're nodding off to sleep, shouts of fire pull you back to attention. Flames quickly consume a supply wagon and a few tents. A woman cries out, "My boy," and points to a burning tent closest to the outlying Varl. 2 of the giants are motionless, staring at the spreading fire with terror in their eyes. Go in after the boy yourself. Wrapping your cloak around you, the smoke, flames, and tent become a blur as you grab the boy and slice through the black canvas with your hunting knife. You meet the ashamed look of the older Varl, excuse me, while the crowd cheers on your heroic act. Unfortunately, the supply wagon did not make it. Oh my goodness. What in the depths is that about, you mutter to yourself. Something about the fire? Oddleif tells you. I've heard of this before. They don't like it. Doesn't change what happened, you think to yourself. Wow, so I am entirely out of supplies again. That's not good. Man, I'm thinking maybe I made the wrong choice there. Which is such a weird thing to say, because I chose to save the boy, but maybe I should have chose to save the supplies. An old man sits aside an overgrown portion of the trail. You lost, you ask? He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, "No, are you?" He jumps up and shuffles toward the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. "Well, I've seen better," the old man says, peering into the supply wagons, "but I'll join you." He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs up his chest. The fighter grins, and the stranger exhales, asking, "What are we waiting for? Lead the way." "Who are you, and what are you doing out here?" "Call me Unmar, or anything else you like." Unnar. The old man says, "A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he?" His stern look is more comical than intimidating, but you stop looking for answers. We've already got enough mouths to feed. Feigning shock, the old man addresses a few of the children. Careful you don't grow up like them. Unnar never forgets. The old man looks at you, adjusts his leather strap, and harumphs. He kicks the wagon wheel, winces, and limps away. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have let him join us. I don't know. You haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eyes on the ground as you approach. Sit quietly beside her. I feel like everything's changing so quickly, she eventually confides. It's not just that. Everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Ekel a lot. This gets your attention. What has he been telling you? He tells me how he and Onef are kin. Ekel had a sister who married Onef, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since, but then Onef left without him. Just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. Confirm Ekel's story. Eventually you find Onef back at camp and relate the story. Is this what Ekel told you, replies Onef. Then he sighs, it's true about his sister. She died of a fever when we were just married. Surprised he opened up like that. So I left him in Frostfeller, he continues. He'd be fine one day, ready to kill his own men the next. Sometimes he would. I'd make the same decision tomorrow. I'm going to let the issue drop. You feel certain Alette got the message. Instead of stirring up more trouble, you decide to let the issue drop and a tighter watch on Ekel. Yeah, I am... Oh, goodness. Well, I guess that's what happens. But there's really not anything I can do unless I can get some more supplies. Is this another Godstone? Looks kind of like it. Man, yeah, these guys are in much worse condition than the other group. The other group's got like 50 days of food or something like that. Over here, we are losing people due to starvation. The Godstone of Merrick looms into view. Upon it carved a great ocean beast. Jagged stones jut out of snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the Nordfelling wastes being filled with water at one time, but the Godstone stands as a reminder of the vast lake it used to look across. A blessing, shouts one of the men in your caravan, holding up what looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale, he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon, a curious child has found another hiding in the snow, and then a third is discovered. Perhaps they'll bring us luck, you overhear, and before long the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shining scales. Let the caravan take their time. By the end of the second day, the scavenger hunt still continues unabated, and even you are starting to feel something in the back of your mind, like you need to have one of the scales. You shake it off, uncertain whether to let this continue. I'm gonna get the caravan out of here. You start to wonder if something unnatural has a hold on their minds when the call to leave is met with open aggression. Ivor helps you get them moving again, and you wonder how long they would have kept searching if you let them. Weird. It was kind of a strange event. Oh, and we are about to lose some more people, unfortunately. There they go. Oddleaf calls you over, grinning. A row of women holding bows of different age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job of hitting the trunks. I think they're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the winds shift, she lets go and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that has scurried out from underneath. Dinner, she says, smiling. A group of men from the caravan approach. Listen here, says one. Practice all you want. My wife isn't fighting dredge. The other men agree in chorus. We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters. I'm going to stand by the women becoming fighters. The men argue their point, but eventually relent. Thanks, says Oddleaf. To be honest, it was harder than I expected. But the more people who can hold up their own, the better. The women return to the camp, not just as clansmen, but as fighters. Oh, no. Okay, let's see. The caravan consists of more clansmen than you ever expected. Accusations of stolen chickens, missing heirlooms, and concerns over daughters' virtues are the sort of things you hear relentlessly. Even fighters complain of spreading too thin to protect everyone. Let's see. Let's form a council to handle these problems. You select a few older members to solve everyday issues, but infighting neuters their progress. Other members feel they could do a better job. Ultimately, while it buys some time, the council dissolves, tired of the thankless and demanding work. Well, that didn't help at all. Oh, and there are more people lost. hear a whistle on the wind and spot a long line of Varl far up ahead, heading toward you. Behind them is a swarm of dredge and a trail of bodies leading off into the distance. Get down there, barks Skirmer. Well, I guess we are heading that way with our poor morale and no food and... Don't let them spread out, shouts the lead Varl as you approach the battleground. Soon you almost regret finding yourself fighting alongside them, facing off against a daunting number of dredge. Okay. Well, we'll do what we always do. Formations, give the order. It looks like we've got a fight. Well, we will see how this goes. Hopefully not too bad. Any minute now. Man, long loading screen. There we go. Ooh, what a weird setup. Yeah, I guess that's probably about what I'd want, though. Yep, I'm just going to start chipping away at some people's armor. Seems like about the best move to make here. What's this do? Select one ally adjacent to move next to initiative. Oh, that's an interesting move. Can't do it, obviously, but it is interesting. Damn. Okay, nothing too bad yet. Let's see. As usual, just kind of go for the armor with my archers. Alright. What does this do? Knock back all adjacent units up to 2 spaces. Can I do that? Oh, well that was really probably not worth what I had to spend to use it. Oh, and I still can't reach anyone, can I? Damn. Alright. This is already looking not great. Yeah, I've got no idea how I'm gonna do on this battle. Now, at least I got a bunch of armor there. Because of the whole thing with being able to affect the kind of neighboring Dredge's armor as well. Man. Holy cow. Alright, so there is one slinger's armor all the way gone. Oh, and Let is already out. Alright, well, I mean, that got some work done. Could have been better, but can't exactly complain. Alright. least got all of his armor taken care of. Well, I know it wasn't a super long episode, but I might have to wrap it up after this battle here. Like I said, my throat is really not feeling great. It'd probably be good for me to kind of take the rest of the night off here. Yeah, sorry the commentary has not been, you know, too fast, I guess is one way to put it. Man, this is gonna get pretty close here. Yeah, I am really not doing well at all. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, why don't I just attack this guy? Yeah, at this point, like, just getting rid of people is gonna be kind of a big priority here. Alright. Yep, that's what I figured was gonna happen there. Alright, take him out. What do we have? 3 against 3 here? Yeah, so we've got a chance. It's not hopeless, anyways. Especially, oh, I guess it's 3 against 4. I was miscounting there. But especially since we've got Rook kind of taking care of things on the archery side of it, knocking out some armor, while the rest of us just kind of bash people. Man, this guy, like, can't do anything. I think I'm going to take him out of the party. He does not seem worth really keeping. Alright. That. And we are 2 against 3. But, I mean, if nothing else, this guy here is pretty beefy, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh yeah, especially now. So, 1 left. We finally kind of turn this around. And that will end that. Alright. I'm definitely not going to be fighting anymore. Pull back. Yeah, I figured that we probably lost a lot. Unfortunately, but isn't this a damn curiosity? This is the 2nd time I've been sent to find a Varro who is heading my direction with humans in tow. What are the Dredge doing up here? Gods, does nobody know what's going on around here? They leave Grofheim to the ground. We've been losing ground for days. Jorunder's in Einertoft. Jorunder's in Einertoft now. They sent me to gather Krumer and the rest from Wormtow, and we ran across this bunch of slag. And there's a lot more where they came from. Is this all the Varro you've got, Krumer? What have you been doing? Eating each other? Many went to the Blotzbalker. Are you telling me Grofheim is completely gone? And Vogner's dead. Slag on our heels. The Varro you sent off north are probably dead. The world's ending. Come on, this is old news. We're gathering in Einertoft. That's where we need to go right now. Wait. Vassal takes a long moment to look over the caravan of men, women, and children behind you. Not them. What do you mean, not them? Unless you're a king or a mender, humans don't step foot in Einertoft. Now isn't the time for this discussion. Damn it, Fassalt, who cares about that? What in the depths happened to Grofheim? Before Fassalt can reply, a low rumble grabs your attention, growling louder by the moment. It's probably growing louder by the moment. Even though it's beyond sight, all eyes turn in Grofheim's direction as the rumbling becomes deafening, transforming quickly into cracking and splintering. It's coming closer. Go, shouts Fassalt, taking off towards Einertoft. Don't stop until you reach Hadborg. Holy cow. Oh, what is that? We got like a big dragon kind of thing going on. What in the world is happening? It reminds me of the Nidhogg. Oh, what's it gonna be? Are we gonna see it? I hope we don't have to fight it. That would be wild. I don't think I would be able to do it. Tell you the truth. Alright, looks like we've got another Godstone though. Another really pretty music cue too. After 3 terrifying days of tremors, you reach the Godstone of Hatterberg, which is teeming with Varl who want to know what is happening. Others busily mend makeshift defenses set up around the Godstone of Hatterberg, creator of the Varl. Hold up, pants Fassalt between long gasps of air. We're going to have a talk. You're still standing. Well, most of you. Rest up, then move on. A mountain just sank into the earth, and something is out there. You're just going to send us away? I don't know who you are, but you're not going to Einertoft. There's a couple hundred Varl here who will back that up. Where are we supposed to go? Back the way we came? We're stuck between 2 mountain ranges. In one direction a few thousand Varl, in the other an army of dredge and whatever caused that quake. Einertoft is a Varl city. This shouldn't be news to a Varl. Give it a rest, Fassalt. Don't you recognize who you're talking to? Surprise suddenly flashes across Fassalt's face. The other Varl are starting to come closer now. You hear Ingvar being whispered between them. I think this might be the one person you want to let into Einertoft. The humans come with me. All of them. Fassalt glances between Ivor and Krumer before stalking away, pushing past the mob of curious onlookers. Ivor, who are you? Some other time, Rook. You spend the rest of the day recovering. Varl come and go in packs, and most of the chatter is about the quake that just sank mountains into the earth, or the dredge that are still on their way. You hear rumors that a massive chasm opened where the earth split. Let's see what other news we can pick up. You get a lot of unfriendly looks from the Varl. They're not the sort to warm up to humans, having probably spent most of their lives in the north. All you learn is that they're very distressed about losing Grofheim, their capital. Einertoft comes off as a last-ditch effort. Suddenly, there's a lot of activity. Word comes from below to retreat to the next village over, and you soon see why. A black shadow is sweeping down the valley from the direction of Grofheim, where the quake, or whatever caused it, has obliterated the mountainside. On closer inspection, it's a veritable ocean of dredge, more than you imagined possible. In their midst is a towering giant of a dredge, blood red from head to toe. You gather your things in short order and join a good many Varl, leaving the Godstone behind. Ooh, well, at least we got some supplies out of it, if nothing else. And I'm going to wrap up here. Just kind of let it go. Yeah. So, as always though, feel free to comment if there's anything that you'd like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day, and more Banner Saga throughout the week. And if you like this episode of the Banner Saga, please consider clicking the like button, because that could help me out a lot, and I appreciate everything you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.